And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review. Today, I am reviewing Family Guy, the video game. That's right, baby. This game came out in 2006 on the PS2. Yes, it came out on the PS2 the same year the PS3 came out. So that's just lovely, isn't it? This game has been memed to hell for a lot of its cutaways and cutscenes and everything like that. I got it because I like watching Family Guy. You can rip on me in the comments section. I don't care. But I came in with not a lot of expectations with this game. And man, was I, let's say, mildly... It did not... let's just go through the review. Anyway. Yeah, so this it does feel like a Family Guy episode. I will not lie. The plot, the storylines, they do it right down to the cutaways and like the music and everything like that. It definitely does feel like a long episode of the show. And it really does help that they got the actual voice actors to do the stuff as well. So that's really, really good. It really sells the authenticity of it, and that's always really good. So I like that part. Also, the cutscenes are hilarious. I must say, but they don't work on my copy, which sucks. Why they don't work on my copy, I have no idea. But they don't work on my copy, so I had to watch them on YouTube. But they are funny, so. Let's talk about the levels. Probably the part of this game that I both liked and did not like the most. They're pretty fun. Some of them are. A lot of them do feel drawn out, though. They are very, very drawn out. It just keeps throwing things at you when really, in my opinion, they should stop maybe about 2/3 of the way in or even halfway in. And goddamn, some of these levels are incredibly hard. So you play as three main characters through these sets of levels. There's Stewie, the, I guess, real main character of the show. I don't know. Or the game, I mean. And there's they're kind of like shooters and more of like puzzle-oriented kind of. That kind of thing. And then there's the Peter levels, which are kind of just like you beat everybody up and you smash a bunch of stuff. Those are pretty fun to do for the most part. And then the Brian levels. The Brian levels are the worst. They're stealth based. And good God, I don't know who thought this was a good idea for a game design, but they are terrible. They are terrible. They are extremely hard for no reason. And there's just so many like minute details that they put in these levels that just make them completely. You really have to collect ticket stubs, 5 ticket stubs from every room. You have to collect VHS tapes. You have to collect, I don't remember what else there is, but I mean, in theory it's fun, but there's just too much stuff to worry about, and it's just, God, it is really, really difficult. And then I thought the Stewie levels, as far as difficulty, were fine. I had some troubles with a few of them, but not anything crazy. Same with the Peter levels. I mean, the Peter levels are probably the most simple because you're just beating shit up. The last 2 levels of Peter, though, the Black Knight fight and the chicken fight, those are going on the hardest video game levels list, as are the Brian levels, by the way. They're going on as 2 separate entries. I normally don't do 2 separate entries for games. Because I like most of the times they can just generalize them together. I know Crash Bandicoot 1, I did 2 levels, and I'm going to end up doing 2 separate entries for the Family Guy video game as well, because goddamn, they are tough. I don't even know how you're supposed to beat these levels, because in the end of the game with the Black Knight fight, they introduced this thing where you have to press a certain amount of buttons in a certain order. It's a random order, though. It's not like a patterned order or anything like that. And you have to do it in super fast order. When before, all you had to do was mash one button and then maybe press another button one time. No, now you got to do them all in this certain order, and it is just impossible. I tried for multiple hours on end. Could not figure out how to do it. I just couldn't do them quick enough, or I couldn't get them correct. I just didn't have good enough reflexes to do them. So I was about to give up. Then I looked up online and somebody said, "Oh, just press all 4 buttons at once and you'll beat it." And that worked. Okay, cool. Love to know that. And then the chicken fight comes along, and we're in the last sequence of the chicken fight, and the pattern comes up again. So I try the button trick. It doesn't work. So that was lovely. So I tried time and time again. And the button trick did end up working. You just have to you can't just like spam it like that. You gotta actually like really be careful with pressing them all at once. But yes, that does work for both final sections of the level. For anybody out there that might be having troubles with that, or has had troubles with that in the past, there you go. But yeah, those are terrible levels. And it's just, yeah. I'll talk more about kind of why they're terrible a little bit later on in the review, but the levels, I mean, they look good. I mean, this game looks good, I think, especially for PS2 quality, especially for 2006, especially for a licensed video game in this time. It looks pretty good. The scenes look good. The characters look okay. They look about as good as you could expect them to. And overall, I mean, it does look like a scene of Quahog, Rhode Island. It really does, and that's really cool. So, as far as the kind of like the storylines and whatever, I think there's just too many storylines. I think 3 is too many. Maybe it's just because like the cutscenes really do tie the story together. They set it up. They connect everything. And I didn't get the cutscene, so maybe it felt a little too janky for me. I don't know. But it felt like they were doing a little too much. And this isn't even for Family Guy. When they'll very consistently do 2 storylines per episode, 3 storylines per episode. They'll do a lot of this stuff. It felt too much. And this game is not the best running game. Like I already said, the cutscenes didn't work in my copy. I don't know why that is. I might look into it. If anybody knows why that might be as well, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. But also, the game's very buggy overall. I thought it was glitchy. I uploaded a short that's already come out about the game, how Brian Griffin just jumped into the void in one of the stealth missions and just kind of stayed up there until I reset the game, which was annoying. There'll be kind of times where a function was supposed to happen and it doesn't. Things pop up that aren't supposed to be there. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And there's also just a lot of flaws with their technical design that in some cases do help you in combat because they help you win the battles quicker. And sometimes they make it so you can't win the battles and you don't know what's going on. So you have to either restart the whole battle or you have to find a way around it or something like that. And it can just annoy the hell out of you. So you got to worry about that too. Overall, it functions fine. Like, it's not cyberpunk level crap, but it is definitely noticeable, in my opinion. So, and it definitely does take into the level design, like what I said earlier, that, kind of affects how I see the levels designed. And it also can affect the difficulty of the levels, too. So, and would I recommend this game? I think it's overall a pretty fun game. If you're a Family Guy fan, I definitely think you would like this game. It's a frustrating one, though. If you're a fan, or if you're not even a fan, it's going to be frustrating. Just with a lot of it's not that long of a game. I think it takes me like 4 hours to complete total. But it feels like a 10-15 hour adventure because of how many times things you have to keep trying, and sometimes you have to figure out these patterns, and it's just a matter of trial and error in most cases. Or like with the Peter stuff at the end, you gotta just end up looking up what you gotta do. So that's crazy. But And also, I mean, the game was not made very well, and like I've already said why, the glitches and stuff, and the character designs are not that great, but they look pretty good in my opinion. They're not. It was definitely some places were definitely more cheaped out than others, though, in my opinion. And I guess I came in not really knowing what to expect, and I still don't really know what to think of the game. It's not. It's not a It's not a really good game, but it's not a terrible one either. I'm definitely leaning more towards the terrible side of things, though. It's just, but like, I can't make a definitive decision. And that's why it feels more like a letdown overall, in my opinion. So, if you want my 2 cents on it, and that's my cat's 2 cents on it too, so, she can let you know what the hell's going on with that as well. So, that's making it very hard to rank this game as well. So, I don't even know what I'm going to rank it. Shh. Winnie. This is a tough one. I'm going to have to give it a good 5 out of 10. Right in the middle. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I didn't really even enjoy it as much as I really had hoped. But overall, it was fun. Well, it wasn't that fun. Overall, though, I'm glad I made the purchase so that I could try it. So, that's going to do it, though, for this review. If you've ever played the Family Guy video game, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And did they really improve with Back to the Multiverse? I will play that game once I get a hands on a PS3 or an emulator. We'll see. I do want to play that game, though. And how does he think it's compared to, like, Simpsons Hit and Run and a bunch of the other licensed games of this variety? I'd love to know as well. But otherwise, that's going to do it for this review. If you've ever played this game, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video as well. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.